Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today we just made a mob move, and it's pretty phenomenal what these South Florida cattle are doing on this grass. And I just wanted to make a claim here. Look at the tops of the backs of these cattle. They're tree swallows. My gosh, there must be 200 swallows out there. They're just everywhere. They're nailing the flies that are sucking the blood out of my cows. Why do we have 450 tree swallow houses up? Well, one adult pair of tree swallows, that's 8,000 flies a day that they're picking out of the air. I'm not using any fly control, no fly tags, no back rubs, nature's fly control. Tree swallows, you need to look at them, folks. Make sure you're in the home range before you go putting up a bunch of houses. But look how fat that cow is. My gosh. And she's got a calf. Yeah, honey, you're just doing really good on this forage. But we did something pretty unique today. I was just going to show Ben and Isaac just put them on here just about 5 minutes ago. We were coming down the hill, and I didn't even bring my phone. I thought we just moved the cows, and then I saw what happened today, and I thought, oh gosh, I got to do a video on this. And the boys demanded I go back and get my phone. So check this out. So today, let me get over the fence here. Yeah. Today we had them on this morning. So Ben and Isaac and I came in here and put this paddock division in. They were putting it at 8 o'clock this morning, and altogether it was around 290 something with the babies. And this is the old cocklebur field. So this is all cockleburs. When we leased it, they had beans in here. They combined the beans. It all turned to cockleburs. But look at the forage. Folks, this wasn't seeded. This is just hay being unrolled in here with the Greg Judy bale unroller, that little ATV bale unroller. And we unrolled in here when it was pretty muddy, but we didn't leave any ruts. Look at the forage. But I wanted to show you what they trampled. So what the boys did is they came in here this morning, just a second ago. Come over here, guys. I'm gonna let you all explain what you did here. So this is where the fence was. They were in there just a minute ago. Tell me, get up there in front, guys. You gotta look in the camera now. Come on, don't be camera shy.
Basically, so we took the fence, rolled it back, let them through. Then once the whole mob came through, we put this pigtail in.
What's this pigtail doing?
It's giving us a lane back to their water, but they can't get back on what they've already been on.
Oh.
They're stuck in here.
Okay, so now the cows are stuck in this quadrant right here behind us?
Yep. So they got higher density in there. They're not going to be walking back over here and lounging. Just keep some more animals. They're already trampling it. You can see it. They've been in here 5 minutes and they're already making little lanes and stuff.
Ben, what do you think you see out there on that land? Does it look like you took a steamroller to it?
Or something like that. I mean, almost every plant. It's not like they ate it down to the ground. It's that they laid it all down on the ground completely flat, which is incredible carbon being trampled.
Yeah.
For sure.
Let's step over this fence and just walk up there and get a closer look at what the plants look like.
One thing I noticed when they're coming through is none of them were limited. They didn't have the death triangle that you had.
Okay, yep.
They all were full.
They were all full.
So they got plenty to eat. They just walked around a lot.
Now guys, not probably 6-7 years ago even, I would have left the cows here another day. Or, an evening, not a full day, but another shift. Mm-hmm. Because, look at that. Pull that up, man.
It's like, there's tons of, there's clover and stuff that's not even touched.
Did we waste this?
Not at all. We'll put that back in the air.
Folks, this is good. Yeah, go ahead.
That's your litter bank.
That's our litter bank. So it's not waste, is it?
Not at all. This ground isn't seeing the sun. It's been sunny all day.
Yeah.
It's in the shade the whole day.
Probably cool. Oh yeah, it's cool.
It's cool under there?
Yeah.
So you think the earthworms and the microbes are still happy down there?
Oh yeah.
what's this going to do for us in July when it hasn't rained for 3 weeks?
Trap
It's hot.
all that water. Everything's staying right there.
Yeah.
It's not draining off.
Yeah. Guys, last year I remember we got a couple rains that were like 2/10, 3/10. And you go by the coffee shop or the store and people say, well, we got 3/10. It didn't do us any good. I'm like, our 3/10 did us a lot of good.
Oh yeah.
'Cause guess what? We caught every little drop of it because we had a litter bank right here. It's like a huge savings account, but you know, if you had to go out there and calculate how many tons of carbon these animals trampled on that today in 8 hours, it would probably blow you away.
Yeah.
The cool thing too is you don't have to go back and clip it. All this is going to come back
Right.
vegetated.
There's nothing here to clip.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ran a brush hog over here, all it'd be doing is spinning air.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's nothing here to clip.
Which saves you a lot of time.
Yes.
And minimizes soil compaction too. You don't have to drive your tractor out on the field.
Absolutely. So what we're doing, folks, they ran this water lane. They went over here to this pigtail behind us right there. And they grabbed the reel, which was over there by the four-wheeler. And they just they rolled it back 30 feet, let the whole cow herd go in there. So they didn't have to take up the fence. They just rolled it back 30, well, it's probably 50 feet wide. But they extended it all the way back over to that other fence line over here. Well, let's just walk over there, guys. You can show them. We'll show them where the animals are drinking. It's kind of.
They also didn't. They didn't just put down and start grazing right away. They walked to the back and looked at it, and then they started grazing.
Then they started. Yes, they weren't starving. So we didn't limit the animals today.
No.
Folks, when you take 290 some head and they walk back and forth here for 8 hours, this is what they do. But they won't lay this carbon on the ground when it's 4 to 6 inches tall. You got to have something to work with. And folks, do we have something to work with? It looks like a forest out here, doesn't it, guys?
It's up to your chest.
It's up. Yeah, Ben is 6'7", and I want Ben to go here by this reel and stand by the field that we're going to be turning them into next. It'll give you an idea how tall this forage is. Here's the reel, and Ben is 6'7". My gosh, and it's hitting you in the belly.
Yeah.
So you're in 4 foot of grass.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
That is nuts.
And that's what this looked like this morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
So
exactly the same.
that field looked like that. This field this morning, now look at it. It's all trampled on the ground. And the boys hung the reel right here. So they powered it up. They just wrapped the poly braid around that hook, set it on that fence right next to the fiberglass post. And so the cattle, tonight, when they graze, they can get them a bite of mineral. We're going to move that mineral feeder up there. And they can come into this water lane. There's a 400-gallon tank up there at the top, fed by a pond, gravity flow. So they can come back to this water lane. And so in the morning, Ben and Isaac will come up here. We're not going to take this lane up. We're going to leave it here. And we're going to extend it clear up there, that great big tree up there you see on the horizon. That's where the next paddock comes in at. So we'll just take that reel, bring it back 40 feet, let the cow herd go into the last quadrant, and then we'll take that reel and we'll hook it on this pigtail that the boys just put in. So we're still going to keep them tight in the morning and we'll get the same effect. Look at this. The only reason they didn't...
Yeah, that's the idea of what it looked like before.
Yeah, the only reason they didn't trample this little piece, that's multiple rose bush.
They ate it.
They ate it. They ate the tops of it. That bush kind of had a hard life today. Look at that. That thing's got thorns on it, and they ate it. They ate the ends of it. I just love what I'm seeing here. I can't wait to come back here and, well, we won't be back here for 45 to 50 days and see what this looks like. It is going to be unbelievable. This is how you lay down carbon, folks. You're not wasting grass, so get that out of your mind. You're not wasting it. It's just like putting down fertilizer. It's just like putting down lime. You're feeding the soil. All the soil bugs have something to do now. Eat, and they're going to grow you more grass. Look at the poo in here, guys.
Spread out.
It's just stomped. it's hard to find a virgin manure pile in here that hasn't been stomped on.
Spreading it out. And
What's important about spreading out a manure pad, guys?
spread the fertility.
You're also breaking a fly larvae life cycle.
There you go. There you go.
So the little grubs don't have a place to mature and then grow into flies, so you're gonna have less flies.
Because fly larvae needs what?
It needs like a
Moisture.
moisture, like a pristine manure pad.
Absolutely. It's hard to find one that hasn't been stomped into the ground out here.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's all spread thin.
Yeah. I don't know how many times this got pooped and peed on today, but a bunch. And folks, when we got here today, that whole mob that you're looking at out there, there's a few right here underneath this tree beside us. I don't know, maybe 10 or 15. But there was 250 heads stuck right out there in the sun. And it's not super hot today. We've been running a chainsaw all day. It felt pretty hot, didn't it?
Yeah.
The boys and I are doing a fencing job. We went through a cedar grove today making a fence line, and we flat knocked a hole in it. We almost got it ready. We're going to show you that. It's a sheep and cattle fence down through cedars, and we'll show you why we went through the cedars instead of out on the edge of the field. That's going to be coming up. But yeah, the cattle are happy. The tree swallows are happy. The boys and I are happy. It's almost 5 o'clock, and we're going to go in here and take us a hot shower and get all the cedar chips off of us.
More like a cold shower.
Like a cold shower.
Oh, they say a cold shower. There you go. There you go. A refreshing shower. I'll leave it that way. Yeah. We sprayed down with tick spray this morning when we went into that cedar grove, and I think the ticks ate my tick spray off.
Yeah. So I just pulled off 5 just now.
Did you? Yeah. You got one here on your arm.
Yeah.
Look at that. Get that booger. There you go. Folks, you just gotta, we go in for lunch, you know, you need to de-tick yourself at night. You gotta de-tick yourself. It's just part of the deal. Very rarely do you find one just been there for much more than a couple hours, but you need to have somebody check you over. You can't see your back. Get the ticks off you. But we're gonna go ahead and move the mineral, and we're gonna call it an evening, but that's just a beautiful way to end the evening. Feeding the tree swallows, feeding your cattle, feeding the soil microbes, feeding the world. We're feeding the world. You can do it with regenerative agriculture. You don't need all this other stuff. There's our 250 horsepower engine right there. Our ATV runs on 5 gallons for a week. I'm going to show you the lagoon out here, though, folks. Look at this. Look at the lagoon. I mean, my goodness. Just beautiful. We noticed the sheep today. We turned them in on the same type forage, and the sheep were going along, and they were just plucking those things like candy bars. And the paddock that the sheep were on before we moved them, they nailed every single one of those. If you look at the bricks on clover's seed heads, when it's fresh like that, you can put that in your mouth and chew on it. You can taste the sugar. It's that good. Guys, I'm going to have you go ahead and bring the foiler in. If you want to grab a hold of that mineral feeder, why don't you pull it right up in here? We like moving the mineral on every move because it is a magnet. I don't like putting it by the water. If you put it by the water, all you're doing is doubling up on the manure. Look at those little calves. Didn't you always see them? The grass is so tall. Yeah, y'all got a nice little bed right there, don't you? Certainly do. Folks, people ask us why we're putting fly tags in these beautiful virgin calves' ears. If you don't put a fly tag in there, that calf is lost. Because as many cattle drives as we make twice a day in this tall forage, if you can't account for the last, let's say, 7 calves that have been born, that could be a dead calf because you leave it behind all day and doesn't get any milk. Next thing you know, it's 2 paddocks back. You don't want that to happen. So that's how we keep track of our babies. So you all think we're being mean. We're not. We're saving those calves' life. Plus, it allows us to identify them back to their mother. You know, you need to be able to identify the calf back to the mother, because if you get a calf that doesn't grow out right and just doesn't perform, look at the mother. That's the one you need to get rid of. Whatever it is, she's not doing her job and she needs to be sold. We'll that is a nice first calf heifer. Golly. You just can't get better udder than that. Look at that. Oh, she's just wonderful. Nice little teats. Beautiful rump. Just a beautiful rump on that cow. She is a cow now. She's not a heifer. She's had her first calf. Oh, she's a beaut. But you can see the hair coats are coming off these cattle. There's still a few, a little bit hairy, but most of them are really getting slick. They've only been in here 5 minutes, maybe 10, but look what they've already taken down. Between walking and stepping and eating, I mean, they really put the carbon on the ground. And you know, when the flies are more active, you'll see the cattle grazing next to each other because they're actually using each other's tail. That's what they're doing. They're using each other's tail. The boys are over there checking out the mineral, seeing exactly what we need. Are they hammering it? Let's see what did they eat today? Oh, wow. SC, so that's selenium. Well, they nailed that.
That's their fertility one, isn't it?
Yep.
Down there.
TA, yep. Yep. And P. Yeah, we have a hard time keeping P in that box. We know we're low on phosphorus on our soil test. And V. Yep, they got that. The rest of them all look good. The potassium, OHTB, calcium, salt, sulfur, and iodine all look good. Okay. Good job, guys. Well, folks, I'm going to wind up with that. Y'all that are new to the channel, on the way out, hit that subscribe button if you like, and we'll check you out down the road. Take care.